Next to breaking news out of Greensboro, a mother will spend decades behind bars after pleading guilty to murder in a disturbing case.
Nearly 4 years have passed since 3 kids died in a house fire. We have followed this case extensively.
Sarah Sowers was in the emotional court hearing today when Brandi Sturdivant entered the plea and learned her fate.
The judge said that Brandi Sturdivant's children were failed by every adult they came in contact with. Under the plea agreement, Sturdivant will be serving up to 36 years in prison in 2 consecutive terms for the murder and child abuse charges.
It is imperative that having children then knew that they would be alive.
The state gave a full narrative of their investigation into the deadly house fire along Grimsley Street that claimed the lives of 1-year-old twins and a 4-year-old, who were found burnt and huddled together in a front bedroom.
The children, the 3 children were nonverbal in this case. So even yelling for help if they were unconscious or something, they were nonverbal children who did not go to school or daycare.
A cause for the fire was never determined, but investigators found it was not started from the oven that was set to 500 degrees and instead started in a bedroom at the back of the home. The state said Sturdivant was never home at nights and the Child Protective Services was routinely called for leaving the children at home alone in an environment that was, quote, unfit for human habitation because it was covered in animal and human feces.
At minimum, we knew that someone not being home and leaving 3 children alone is gross negligence, and when it results in a death or a serious bodily injury, your parents held responsible, so we took out those charges.
The state said Child Protective Services did not remove the young children from the home permanently despite calls from neighbors, a doctor who treated one of the children who was covered in feces, and Sturdivant's own mother. Sturdivant had 3 other older children, 2 of which she took to school on the day of the fire, and the eldest child who refused to live in her home. The state said that Sturdivant didn't have any burns and didn't make an attempt to save the children from the burning home. The defense attorneys agreed with the statement of facts despite Sturdivant shaking her head in denial of what was said about her.
She accepts the fact that for her actions on that day, those children would be born. And she's going to have to live with that for the rest of her life.
The judge gave specific orders for her sentence, including a mental health evaluation and a self-harm evaluation. He also allowed for continued treatment of her bipolar disorder and depression, as well as grief counseling and access to post-secondary education if she chooses to accept it. Sturdivant will receive credit for any of the time that she has already served and could serve a minimum of 30 years, dependent on the terms from the Department of Adult Corrections. Reporting in Greensboro, Sarah Sowers, WXII 12 News.